In order to dock with the train ahead, the man continuously waved his arms and constantly reported the distance between the trains to the driver. Due to the high speed, if the two trains were to collide, it would inevitably result in a severe derailment. So, under Jack's command, John precisely controlled the train's speed, gradually reducing the distance between the two trains. But at the very moment of docking, the rice in the last car was jolted out. John immediately asked about the situation, but the scattered rice prevented Jack from opening his eyes, and the train connection broke at that moment. So Jack quickly changed position and commanded John to dock again. Fortunately, John did not disappoint Jack. He successfully docked the trains once again, but then Jack noticed the connector was not locked, which meant the two train cars could separate at any moment. So Jack had to risk jumping onto the coupling, trying to lock it manually with his hand. However, at the instant he locked the coupling, his right foot was also caught and injured. The intense pain made him lose his balance. The train's momentum almost threw Jack off. At the critical moment, Jack grabbed the handrail. After struggling several times, Jack successfully returned to the train. Ignoring the pain, he quickly returned to the driver's cabin, instructing John to proceed with the next action. So John began to attempt deceleration, but the force of the train ahead exceeded their expectations. They tried several times, but could only maintain a speed of 50 miles per hour. At this point, the dispatcher reminded them. The train was only 5 kilometers from the Stanton curve. They must stop the train before entering Stanton City. Seeing that the train showed no signs of stopping, John quickly handed the driving task to Jack, then walked towards the front train. He arrived at the train car connection and began manually turning the train's independent brake system. They were actually trying to reduce the train's speed to 15 miles per hour to pass through the Stanton curve. However, just as the train's speed dropped to 30 miles per hour, the manual brake system overheated and exploded. Seeing the manual brakes fail, Jack urgently asked John what to do. John told Jack to brake immediately, without waiting to enter the curve, because only the locomotive's independent brakes would remain unaffected. As Will opened the brakes, the train entered the large curve,